Hello everyone, this is some High Diamond EU West 110 MS Talon gameplay. I managed to get a really high scoreline in this game. I added the voiceover to this game because when I play League, I prefer concentrating on the game and then, maybe voice over the gameplay later. So let's see how this turns out. And before we start, I also created a Talon guide on Mobifier. It's funny because after all these years, people still use Mobifier. So yeah, I created the guide on there, so if you want to check it out. It's bare bones basic, but yeah, let's just get to it. At the start of every League game, I almost always start in this bush. Minions are spawning, I'm always in this bush. No matter what, because it stops a lot of invades, and more importantly, if one straggler just walks right by here. Because Talon has an incredible level 1, you can just snag a kill on him. Which is why I'm always in this bush, no matter if I'm top lane, mid lane, or any other lane. Yeah, just watch this Karthus walk in. Karthus has a really good level 1. So he manages to drop like Qs on me, exhaust me, but of course I have backup. Go for the flash, and he instantly flashes away, but I got a Kai'Sa behind me. It was kind of lucky that I had Kai'Sa with me to flash. I don't know where Karthus' team was. He was just randomly just walking into that mid lane brush right at the start there. But no matter, since I got the kill, and since I am Talon with a W, I just hard push this lane in right before I go back. Which means he loses a couple of CS before he comes back, and I just skipped ahead. And now we're like level 4. And that gave me a little bit of a lead. Around this time I saw that my jungler was in the bot side of the jungle, so it only made sense that Lee Sin would be somewhere in our top side of the jungle. So I go in for an invade there to check where he is, to maybe see if I can snag a kill, but of course he was a bit too healthy and I couldn't go in. Like, here's some happy feet movement. I don't know how many Qs this Karthus landed on me. Like, he landed quite a few. Managed to dodge a lot of stuff there, and then just ended with a Q snag just as I'm about to go out of mana. And right there is where I love going Nullifying Orb on mid lane, especially against burst AP or really heavy AP mages mid lane, because it gives you just the right amount of resistance to like bait an enemy to come in and keep fighting you, but then they forget you have Null Orb, so you manage to just live with like a sliver of health. El Clasico gank, shove the mid lane in, then E-jump through the enemy jungle. Easy. They have no idea. They're just gone. But Sivir being Sivir, her E is really good against Talon, because you manage to block one of Talon's abilities and his passive won't go off, which is why I had to, after I pulled off the combo on her, I still had to walk up to her and auto attack her so that my passive would do damage to her. Now, because I have priority in mid lane, like you notice, every time I shove the wave in, I don't just stand in my lane, I like run to another lane. So I noticed that the top laner just killed the enemy jungler and that Irelia has to run back into lane. So I'm just waiting in this bush for her, because if Irelia just walks through here, I have every summoner spell, every cooldown, so I can just burst her. But she knows something. She has like a sixth sense or something, so she just runs away, and that's that. That's good enough, because just being there just gives me the pressure, and even though it didn't work that one time, that typically works right there. So if you get pressure in the mid lane and you notice the enemy top lane is missing, you just run top lane and win that brush right there. El Clasico, shove mid lane in, run bot lane. They have no idea there's a ward in that bush. I just walk away like I didn't see anything, but then Karthus gives himself away. Yeah, I let him bleed out with a passive. Now look at my allied Kai'Sa. She's a bit too far away, and since I'm already here, it's best for me to shove the wave in, and Kai'Sa can go just take my mid lane wave. That's like good macro play right there. Like decent high level macro play. Usually when you're this far ahead, it's a good idea, especially if against a squishy enemy jungler, to just walk around in their jungle for the lulz. This Karthus is playing a... I don't know, he just kind of... He's done at this point. I think he's done with life. He just wants to take his CS and run away, but that's not happening. Easy. Nothing much needs to be said there. Listen. This is high diamond DUS, by the way. And that's I'm 110 MS, so. When you're on a mobile mid laner against Talon, there's really nothing much you can do. So whenever Karthus like even shows himself to kill a pink ward in that like island brush, you can just respond from like anywhere. That's what I love about Talon. Just looking right at the map, I have a feeling that Lee Sin's going to be somewhere here. But he isn't. He hasn't taken like any jungle camps. Especially since Dragon was up too, so I thought he'd be somewhere here. I kind of fake going for Janna, and then Sivir just walks up way too close, and then she just dies. So yeah, if you didn't know this, if you're running somewhere, it's best not to run directly mid. It's always good to run through walls, so that you can set up for something like this. I mean, I didn't get anyone right there, but I managed to pull an exhaust, and I think a few other abilities, and then my team got the balls to go in. After your ult's down, there's really nothing much you can do. But since I'm super fed, I just try to land Ws here and there, and you know, just flash, go for the kill on Irelia. Once your ult is down, you really are really weak as Talon. Yeah, my team's on Baron right now, but I had a feeling some enemies would be here. They weren't. I was going for the Sivir, but she already backed right there. Oh, well, she didn't back. My mistake. No matter, I know like there should be like target priority when you're playing an assassin. Like always go for the AD carry and stuff, but that's not the way I play. The way I play is if it's possible, like if it's easy for me to one-shot a target, I will one-shot the target no matter who it is. It really doesn't bother me. So I just one-shotted the Janna right there because she seems so simple. And more often than not, you know, it works out for me. Because I'd rather go for like the 100% one-shot on the easy target than like, you know, a 30% chance of one-shotting him on a harder target. That's more important, you know, to kill. I think I was the dumbass here. I should have been attacking the mid lane wave. I should have been attacking the mid lane towers. And what happens is, I don't know where Irelia comes from. She comes from out of nowhere. And did you see the Gragas right there on the side? he eased into the Irelia wall and just dies. Yeah, I should have been attacking the mid lane tower. I skipped a whole bunch of gameplay here because there were 2 team fights that we jumped in and lost. We all played horribly bad. The enemy team gets the Baron. But no problem, because the Sivir is backing in a really bad place. So just jump in, snag her. I chased down this degenerate Lee Sin like the dog he is. Yeah, that's more or less game right there. They have 2 people with Baron buff in their team, but it's 29 minutes in, and spawn timers are really high. So what we have to do is snag a kill. Thinking I was Talon, I can go backdoor the Nexus, but I'm stupid. I forgot they have an inhibitor. So whatever. Just do it slowly. Take the inhib. I'm gonna close out the game. And that's that. Thanks for watching, my dudes.